Welcome back to MysteryHQ. If you have tried the hard mode Dark Ops challenge in curse mode solo, you probably already know the problem. The blood vials disable your augments, and the boss relic makes the boss heal if you stop dealing damage for even a moment. But there's actually a much easier way to beat this challenge while playing solo. And in this video I'm going to show you the exact setup and the strategy that makes this fight far more manageable. For this strategy, your main and really only weapon during the fight should be the Necrofluid Gauntlet, which you will want to pack a punch 4 times. You should also buy golden armor, which is pretty self-explanatory for a challenge like this. Besides that, make sure you have Casimir grenades ready and ideally all perks before starting the fight. While you are progressing through the Easter egg, try to complete that tasks and complete the spores with toxic growth for even more chance getting eternal perks. Because the goal here is to obtain as many eternal perks as possible. One important note, if Quick Revive isn't your eternal perk yet, you can simply save and quit before starting the boss fight. When you load back in, Quick Revive will become your eternal perk as long as you already had other perks as eternal perks. And finally, before entering the fight, make sure you purchase a death machine, which will be very important. Alright, so during the first and second phase of the fight, it's actually very similar in terms of what you need to do. When the fight starts, immediately leave Tessie. We are not going to use it at all unless the boss becomes immune later in the fight. Instead, you want to stay close to the boss and constantly apply pressure by shooting him with the Necrofluid Gauntlet. Once you have landed all shots, detonate them using your ADS button, which will deal a huge amount of damage. And that's basically the loop for the first 2 phases. Stay close, stack your shots and detonate them for damage. Now there are 2 things you need to watch out for during the first part of this fight. First, the boss will occasionally grab Tessie and throw it at you. When that happens, make sure you create some distance to avoid getting hit pretty hard. After the throw, he will leave the car alone. The second thing is the rockets. Because you are fighting him on foot, he will only fire single rockets instead of a full missile barrage that happens when you are using Tessie. That means the missile barrage phase never happens in this strategy. But the single rockets are still input reading, so if you are just running in a straight line, you will probably get hit and maybe go down. So what I'm trying to say is to always change your direction when the boss is firing at you. When the boss becomes immune, this is when you finally go to Tessie. You can either get inside immediately or the car is damaged, so you need to repair it. If that's the case, throw Casimir or use Ether Shroud, which I heavily recommend as your field upgrade so you can repair Tessie. Since we haven't used any of the healing pads yet, you are free to grab as many as you need while searching for the light beam. And don't worry, the boss won't heal during the immune phase, so you can take your time here. Once you have the beam on the car, break the boss's armor, then get out of Tessie and immediately use your death machine. This will deal enough damage to skip straight to the next phase. The final phase is definitely the hardest part of this fight. In my first attempt, I tried doing it with the car, but that actually triggers the missile barrage, so staying on foot is still the safest strategy here. Also, don't pick up the first max ammo when the phase starts, because your Casimirs are extremely important and we need to manage them. So when the phase begins, keep damaging the boss the same way as before, but now we will start rotating between 2 pillars in the arena, as you will see in my footage. While you are out in the open, keep stacking the shots on the boss, but always move towards the pillar. As soon as the boss starts firing the laser, get behind the pillar to block it. At the same time, throw Casimir so the zombies won't overwhelm you while you are staying in a safe spot. Even while you are behind the pillar, keep shooting the boss so he doesn't regenerate health. Once the laser stops, move out from the cover and rotate to the other pillar, shooting the boss and detonating your shots. Occasionally, a bad enemy may spawn while you are behind the cover. If that happens, you can either deal with it using your death machine, the gauntlet, or let the Casimir kill it if it's close enough. So the key to this phase is simply rotating between the pillars, avoiding the laser, and managing your Casimirs. When you are starting to run low on Casimirs, there's also another max ammo in the arena wall that you can grab using the gauntlet, and you can also bring in a cashback bubblegum so you can even get more if it's needed. After dealing enough damage, the boss will become immune for the last time, and you can finish the fight the same way as before. And with that, you've just completed the hard mode Dark Ops challenge solo, and hopefully a lot more easily. So this was pretty much it for this video. If this guide was helpful to you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.